guys, it's Masterath here, and we are just 1 week away from the Global Trophy qualifiers, but we have just one more preliminary league to go. It's the Americas Preliminary League, and I'm joined alongside, as always,
Sam Elliott 64. Yes, it's our final preliminary league. These are long.
Yeah, the preliminary leagues are always the longest part of the Global Trophy.
They are indeed, but it's always good fun. We've obviously dealt with many of these already, and it's time for the Americas, or should I say the Central Americas.
You might as well be, because all of North America and South America already made it through, so...
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds about right. But yes, as usual, just in case we need to say the rules every bleeding week, 16-team league with one dud team, which would be the lowest team ranked in the FIFA rankings, the most recent FIFA rankings. We'll fight it out in a one set of fixtures against each other, so 15 games altogether, with 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, 0 points for a loss. You can actually do on this game 2 points for a win if you wanted to, but we're not going to, because that's boring and stupid.
Yeah, who would do that, right?
Exactly. But the top 8 teams go through after the 15 fixtures have been completed. With the 8th team being the dud team for that nation, or for that continent's qualifiers. Or in this case, I guess, selection of continents, because, well, it's not really one continent, is it? The Americas.
No, it's the, obviously, South, North, and Central America all in there. Of course, it's getting to that stage now where we're starting to see a pattern take shape in terms of, teams going through. So, fingers crossed we can get a good little league going on here.
Yeah, well, shall we begin?
Let's do it.
Let's begin. Hip-hop music in the background coming up. There you go. Right, so, let's kick off first off with the team that will be our dud team for this preliminary league. The Bahamas.
Supposedly a beautiful country. They've got some good sprinters down in the Bahamas, but maybe not footballers. Need to work on that.
Next up, the Cayman Islands, where everybody's money goes.
Apparently.
Apparently, indeed. Next up, one of two Dominicas. Dominica.
Just the regular Dominica, rather than the Republic of.
Yeah, they turn up later.
Oh, okay.
Next up, with the best named capital city of all time, Plymouth. It's Montserrat.
Montserrat, yeah. What a nation for football.
Big volcano.
Yep.
Everything dies.
Yeah.
Next up, Cuba.
They've got lots of missiles there, apparently.
They did.
They're not anymore, maybe. But
They did back in the Cold War.
Yeah, and they've also got cigars.
Yeah, they still got those.
Okay.
Next up, it's Puerto Rico, or what a lot of Americans call it, Mexico Junior.
More or less. I mean, it tends to get ignored, doesn't it, Puerto Rico?
It does. Apart from you sound so exotic when you pronounce it that way, instead of just going, it's Puerto Rico. It's Puerto Rico.
Do you want me to do it again?
No.
Oh, okay. Puerto Rico.
Actually, go ahead. I need to drink some Red Bull, so go ahead.
Puerto Rico.
Cancel Sam on Twitter now.
No, I pronounced it correctly. You should be cancelled.
Why?
Because ignorance.
Bloody, if that's the case, Twitter wouldn't have any users left.
True.
Anyway, next up, one of our many saints in this, St. Lucia.
I actually had to do a geography project on St. Lucia back in school.
Who the hell would do that? Did they just say pick a random country and just like...
No, it was we were tasked with St. Lucia specifically. Our class was.
Wow. Alright. Did your teacher want to know more about it just in case they wanted to go on holiday there or something?
There's every chance.
It could be. Next up, Bermuda.
A triangle nation.
Indeed. Well, maybe they can get at least 3 points here.
Very good.
Oh well, at least that's a pun-joke that didn't make everyone vomit in violent rage. Next up, St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Yeah. They're a team. They have qualified in recent years, I'm fairly sure.
I think they did once, I think. I think St. Vincent
so
were one of them, yeah. But they're
mad.
back here again for the moment.
Yep.
Next up, Guyana.
Guyana, not Ghana, not to be confused with them.
Yep. Different
don't know if
continent, you racists.
Yeah, and also, not. I believe it's French. Is it French Guyana, or is that a different country?
I believe that's different. I think there's a Guyana and a French Guyana.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
This is regular Guyana.
This is regular flavored Guyana, yes.
Oh, okay.
Next up, another beautiful place, Barbados.
Ah, yes, Barbados. Who doesn't want to go on holiday there?
Well, I don't know until all the youngins came in and just went, we'll just go to Ibiza to get drunk and have sex. Then usually, yes, the main priority would be somewhere like, essentially most places in Central America that's not Cuba, pretty much.
Yeah.
Apologies, Cuba, but someone's getting shot. We've already done that one.
Yeah.
Next up, speaking of shooting and war weapons, we have a grenade.
Ah, very good. Grenada. Yeah, boy.
And next, the other Dominica. Well, no, they're the Republic of a Dominica. They are Dominican Republic.
Yep. Probably the stronger of the two teams. I think Dominican Republic actually share an island with Haiti, I believe.
Who are not appearing in this one, I think.
Oh.
No, they're not. No, they got no chance. Next up, Nicaragua.
Nicaragua. Again, not really sure what they're known for, but they sure are a nation.
Indeed. Next is Suriname.
You mean surname?
No, Suriname.
Oh, okay, Suriname.
For some reason, this game has not put the E on the end that it apparently has. So
Maybe
it's supposed to be
Suriname.
Suriname.
Oh, okay.
But here it's Suriname. It's like the it's like the west cousin of Vietnam.
Ah, cool.
Pretty much, only with less American involvement. And last but not least, topping the list, my favourite, St. Christopher and the Nevis Islands, St. Kittson Nevis.
Yeah, they have recently qualified. They've done pretty well in recent years as well, so watch out for them in this.
They're just my favourite because, like, I wasn't named after them at all, but still. Oh, great! We kick off with a beautiful derby.
That is a beautiful derby if ever I've seen it.
Starts with a B, ends with an S, second letter's an A. Barbados, Bahamas, and obviously Barbados going to be getting the 3 points here.
Yep, it's a good start for Barbados. Happy to get the points on the board, I'm sure.
It's him again. RJ Fernandez is everywhere. He always kicks off these, if you notice. He's always the first referee.
Yeah, he's a popular guy, is RJ, you know?
RJ's was actually a sort of like a club-pub in Breen, in Somerset. I don't know if it still exists. I think it still does, I believe, but it's
if it does, it's not open anymore.
Well, yeah, it's certainly not now, yeah. But it's like at the Unity Farm Caravan Park. I went there back in my youth. It used to be called Chick's Roost back in the day. I used to prefer it as Chick's Roost.
Oh.
Anyway, next, just because I thought it was funny that it had something to do with chicken involved in it, but they didn't serve any food. A bit weird. Next up, it's Bermuda versus the Cayman Islands.
Difficult one to call this. I'm going to go for a Cayman Islands win.
Nope.
Bermuda. There you go.
Bermuda, 3-1 victory. Puts them second so far after 2 matches altogether. But never mind. Cuba now versus Dominica.
Tough one to call again.
Dominica with the win.
Good start for Dominica.
Grenada now versus the Dominican Republic.
Will the grenades be going off, or will it be Dominican's Republic?
It will be the Dominican Republic. They've done one better than Dominica already. I can see a bit of a war in the table between these two.
Bit of a rivalry, yeah, absolutely. Next up is Montserrat against Guyana.
Guyana with a 4-0 victory. Good start for them altogether.
Yep, good start for them. And next up to a Caribbean island in St. Lucia versus Puerto Rico.
St. Lucia with the win. Good start for them.
Yep, absolutely. Good stuff from St. Lucia there.
Yep, St. Vincent versus Nicaragua next.
The second Saints team.
St. Vincent with the win. 2-1.
What I don't understand is why does St. Vincent and St. Kitts have ST dot and why does St. Lucia not have it?
Because this game is bad.
Oh, okay.
It could, hey, that ST for St. Lucia could just mean Striker Lucia.
Striker Lucia, that is their full name now.
Right, changing it. Right, there we go. Right, St. Kittson Nevis versus Suriname.
Suriname against your favourites.
Yes! St. Christopher
well,
and the Nevis Islands win.
You have to remember as well, St. Kitts are also the highest ranked team in this, according to FIFA rankings.
Yep, so, yeah, they've got to be probably some firm favourites, but, you know, I'm not too sure. Sometimes these FIFA rankings are janky. I mean, the FIFA rankings say that Belgium and Wales are good, and in this game, they're not.
Yeah, because obviously time has passed since this game was a thing.
So Bahamas going to be giving 3 points away this time to Bermuda. So that's nice for Bermuda to get some more points on the board. We have Mr. Boylan.
Yeah, Bermuda get their triangles. They get their 3 points at last.
That's their 3 points. Well, it only took fixture 2 for them to get their 3 points. Did they win their first match?
I can't remember. We'll find out in a second.
Short-term memory, folks! I can't remember either. Oh, Mr. Ed DeRue with the man of the match there for Bahamas. They did
win their first match.
They're a double triangle now.
Yeah, they are. They're a hexagon.
The Star of David.
Yep.
Is that that's a 6-point star, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
You got there.
Nice! Finally, I've said a fact on these global trophies and it's actually true! Makes a change. Right, Barbados versus the Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands lost their first match 3-1. Barbados won their first match 3-0.
Yeah, of course, it was the dud team they played, wasn't it, Barbados?
Yep. Now Barbados get the fight on their own, and it's a 1-0 win for Barbados. They keep an undefeated run going.
Good stuff for them.
Cuba, the Dominican Republic next up. Dominican Republic won their first match. Cuba didn't. Dominican Republic with the win.
Yep, and next up will be Grenada versus Dominica. Dominica, of course, winning their first game. Grenada lost, I think, to Dominican Republic.
Dominica winning that one.
They're keeping tabs on each other, aren't they? The two Dominicas.
Have you noticed so far we currently have 8 teams with 0 points. 4 of them have played 2 games. We have 4 teams on 6 points.
Yep.
Guyana, Puerto Rico, again, a team that won their first match against a team that lost their first match.
Could be a close one.
We could be seeing a top 8 very quickly here.
As things are going, yeah. So far, so good for the teams at the top. 9th downwards, though, haven't scored a point yet. Maybe Montserrat can change that as they play St. Lucia.
Let's be honest, no.
St. Lucia picking up 3 points.
Suriname now versus St. Vincent. It's not looking good for anyone 9th or below at the moment.
It's really not. If Suriname win this, maybe they can buck the trend, but St. Vincent win their first match, can they win their second as well?
No, Suriname get the win.
There we go. And finally, Nicaragua versus St. Kitts and Nevis.
St. Kittson Nevis with the win. So we have 7 teams on 6 points so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Very impressive.
This is hectic already. We barely started.
Yeah, Cuba, but below, really need to win their... I mean, obviously, Cayman Islands are going to win their next game, but they need to win their next game desperately because they're already 6 points off 7th place.
Yeah.
That's a big gap to turn around.
Yeah, but that's 6 points off 7th place. The last place that you can get to actually, you know... compete in the Global Trophy American Qualifiers. And we're only 2 games in.
Yeah, we could see a real split of the two halves of the season, really, couldn't we?
We could see a very big split very early. And, essentially after that, it's just keep winning.
Basically.
Cuba with the... not Cuba. Cayman Islands with the win, though, puts them 8th place, but still 3 behind, and everyone above them has a game in hand.
They do indeed, yes. Next up is Bermuda with 2 wins out of 2 so far against Barbados with 2 wins out of 2, so it is going to change for one of them.
Barbados with the win!
Good result for Barbados, they go top for now.
Cuba, Grenada next. 2 teams at the bottom half of that table.
Yep, 2 teams yet to score a point.
Grenada get the win and go above Cuba.
Crucial for them.
It's the crunch match already. Dominica versus the Dominican Republic.
The Republic are my favourites, I think.
They do get the win, 2-1, and keep their undefeated record.
Yep, next 2 teams also undefeated so far, Guyana and St. Lucia.
Guyana with the win as well. St. Lucia lose their undefeated record, meaning we only have 4 left that have undefeated records.
Yeah, very true, very true. Next up, 2 teams that haven't scored a point yet in Puerto Rico and Montserrat.
Puerto Rico get the win and move nowhere.
Yep, they just stay where they are.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a Battle of the Saints next. St. Vincent and the Grenadines versus St. Kittson Nevis. St. Kitts currently in 4th place so far.
And undefeated.
Ooh, they're still undefeated, but they have lost a point. Well, they lost 2 points,
record
actually.
Has gone.
St. Vincent back up into 8th place. Suriname...
How long for, though? That's the question.
Well, it could just be one fixture. Suriname left to play. They've got Nicaragua. And Suriname takes... They didn't want to take 8th. They took 6th instead, pushing St. Vincent down to 9th.
Yeah, moved slowly up the table, Suriname. Good result. That's 2 wins and 2 for them.
Yep, Cuba now going to get 3 points here against the Bahamas.
Oh, the Bahamas.
Maybe next time round, who knows?
Yeah, beautiful white beaches in the Bahamas.
It's a lot better than the beautiful muddy beaches at Western, eh?
Oh, Western Supermud.
I love Western, I don't care what anyone says, but it has gone downhill quite a lot in the last decade.
Yeah. It is what it is, isn't it? You know, it's easier to get abroad these days.
Yeah, true. I still haven't, though. Closest I've got to abroad is Haley Island and Wales.
Oh.
So, Barbados versus Dominica next up. Barbados currently in 2nd place. Dominica in that 7th spot so far. Barbados keep their undefeated run going. 2-0, 4 wins, 12 points, 8 goals scored, none conceded as of yet.
Very impressive from Barbados.
Yep.
Next up is Bermuda, who lost their last game against Dominican Republic, who, of course, won their derby with Dominica.
It's a draw between the two. That does put Dominican Republic above Guyana, but Guyana do have a game in hand.
Yep, their 100% record has gone, Dominican Republic, so there's only 2 left with 100% now.
Yep.
Next up, Grenada and the Cayman Islands.
Yep, Grenada in 12th place, Cayman Islands in 11th. Both teams could certainly do with a win here to try and get into that top 8.
Yep.
It's a win for Grenada. Grenada go 8th.
Good stuff for Grenada there. They lift themselves onto 6 points.
Yep. St. Vincent now versus Guyana. Guyana currently in 3rd, 100% record so far. Oh, that record's gone!
St. Vincent with a huge win there. They win 5-1 against Guyana.
The biggest win of this preliminary so far from St. Vincent. 5-1. Moves them up into 6th.
It'll help their goal difference as well, which could prove crucial later on.
Certainly could do, yes. Nicaragua now versus Montserrat. 2 teams propping up the table, pretty much.
Yeah, at the moment they are.
Nicaragua with the win, 2-0, and they haven't moved anywhere from the look of it. Oh, they finally got their first points on the board.
They got their first points on the board, and they've stayed in 14th because obviously their goal difference was far inferior to Puerto Rico, who next play Suriname.
Yep, Montserrat yet to score a goal, yet to score a point yet.
It's not looking good for them, is it?
Puerto Rico, Suriname next up. So Suriname currently in that 7th spot. They're not anymore. A 1-0 win puts them up to 4th.
Good stuff for them. And another Battle of the Saints between St. Kitts and St. Lucia.
No, it's not. We all know it's St. Kittson Nevis versus Striker Lucia.
Sorry. My apologies, Chris.
And St. Kittson Nevis win over the fake Saints. The false prophets, you could say.
You could say they moved up to second place as well, St. Kitts and Nevis.
Yep, again, another team that have... They don't score many goals, St. Kitts and Nevis, but they've let in none.
Yep.
They score the goals when they count, St. Kitts and Nevis.
Very true. Next up, Dominica are going to get their 3 points against the Bahamas.
Well, it's certainly a needed 3 points just to try and get them back into the top 8 here after a couple of bad losses.
Yeah, I mean, they've played the two of the tougher teams. Obviously, they played Dominican Republic and lost. And I think the other game, was the other game against Barbados?
I think it might have been. Something like that. It was certainly one of the teams at the top, or close to the top.
Yeah, so I think there's no shame in that. The fact that they have had to, they've taken a couple of losses, but, they're still in 6th at the moment, so that's good for them.
Yep. Cuba, Barbados next. Cuba in 11th, really could do with a win here. Barbados, yet to let in a goal yet to drop a point. And Barbados keep their winning ways up with a 1-0 win over Cuba.
Yeah, another game without conceding a goal. 5 clean sheets. Very impressive.
Yep, Bermuda now take on Grenada. Bermuda currently in 7th place. Grenada off the grid at this point.
Grenada in 9th.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're certainly not off the grid anymore.
They're 7th now. Look at that.
Yeah, they actually leapfrogged Bermuda. They swapped places with Bermuda.
They did, yeah. The goal difference there coming back to bite Bermuda in the ass.
Yep, Dominican Republic now. 3rd place so far, doing pretty well. Cayman Islands, 12th. Not so good.
Nope.
Dominican Republic with a draw. Cayman Islands. Stop.
A huge,
for 3rd place.
Huge point. Yeah, huge point for Cayman Islands there. That will give them a bit of hope that they can continue to go up the table.
Yep, but Dominican Republic again keep their undefeated record.
They do, but they have dropped more points to the leaders Barbados. They're now 4 behind.
Yep, they've dropped more points than Guyana have, who've actually lost a game. So those draws make them up to catch them. Guyana now versus Nicaragua.
Nicaragua, of course, down in 14th at the moment.
They've just got a win! That's 2 in a row for Nicaragua.
What a result for Nicaragua.
Guyana drop points again. The team with one of the leakiest defences in the league, but one of the best scorers in the league, dropping points again.
Yeah, they don't move anywhere. They're still in 4th place. They can get overtaken by Suriname later on.
Yep. They could also get They could also get leapfrogged by St. Vincent as well.
If they beat Montserrat, which so far Montserrat are yet to score, I don't think.
They still haven't. St. Vincent break their own record with a 5-0 win, moving them up the 3rd.
Brilliant result from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, moving up to 3rd in the table.
But St. Kitts could take 2nd, actually, with a win over Puerto Rico here.
Puerto Rico down towards the bottom of the table.
St. Kitts and Nevis get the win, 2-1, and they move back above St. Vincent and the Grenadines, up into 2nd place now.
Chasing down Barbados.
Yep, Suriname now versus St. Lucia.
Suriname in that top 8, St. Lucia just outside it. A win would leapfrog St. Lucia into the top 8.
Oh, it's a draw between the two. Doesn't really help, but it does keep St. Lucia in the fight.
Keeps St. Lucia in the fight, and it does move Suriname above Guyana.
Yep, Bahamas now going to give some points away to the Dominican Republic.
Just a very kind team, aren't they, Bahamas?
They're just lovely, aren't they? Just like their country, they're lovely.
Lovely. Lovely place.
Lovely. Right, so with that, we are now officially over a 3rd of the way. At the moment, Barbados and St. Kitts and Nevis have played brilliantly so far.
They have. It's been really strong so far, and I think you've got to look at it, and you've got to think that so far Barbados, I think, are fairly secure that they're probably going to qualify. I think Dominican Republic as well, so far, have been very strong. But there's a long way to go. There is a long way to go.
It's those top 3, but there are a lot of teams that are just waiting there. There's not much difference at the moment. Grenada, currently in 8th place, take on the current league leaders, Barbados. Barbados still yet to let in a goal.
Very impressive, isn't it, from Barbados? And they move on to 6 wins out of 6. 11 goals for, none against. It's going plain sailing for Barbados.
6 clean sheets for their keeper so far. This is going great for Barbados. Bermuda versus Cuba next.
Bermuda are in that kind of area where they could challenge still. Cuba a little bit further down the table.
Well, they've gone back up with a win there. 3-0 Cuba.
Keeps them in contention, doesn't it? That's a big win, and their goal difference as well is better than everyone else around them. Look.
Yeah, absolutely great from Cuba so far. Need to get a couple more wins, though, to certainly be in contention. Dominica currently in 7th place now versus the Cayman Islands, who've just dropped out of the top 12.
Tough match, this.
And Dominica get their win. They're once again hunting down Dominican Republic again.
They leap up to 4th place. Look at that.
Yep. Guyana, Suriname. Suriname could, with a big win, go above Kittson Nevis. Actually, no, just with a win.
Big win.
Because their goal difference is great. Guyana, a little bit lower.
Suriname's is less than St Kitts.
Oh, yeah, it is. I'm looking at St Vincent's. Never mind. Oh, well, they got the big win anyway.
There's a 5-1 win. Look at that.
5-1. Big win for Suriname there. Guyana, what's happened?
It's all starting to fall apart for Guyana. They need to turn it around and fast.
If you discount the dud team, Guyana has let in the most goals in the league, and they are 7th.
Goodness me. It's not good look. Not a good look for them at the moment.
They've also scored the most goals.
Montserrat, can they get their first point against St Kitts and Nevis?
No!
9-0.
Ouch!
Wowee.
Well, there goes St Vincent's record. St Kitts and Nevis.
St Vincent fight back?
Yep, St Kitts and Nevis take that. 9-0 is now the record to beat for the American preliminary leagues this season. Puerto Rico now versus St Vincent and the Grenadines. 3-0 St Vincent. They're staying good in the fight so far. Montserrat failing so badly.
Yep. Next match is a bit of a 6-pointer for St Lucia and Nicaragua. They're both just outside that top 8 at the moment, but a win for either could lift them into it.
Yep, we've sort of seen a revival of Nicaragua recently. St Lucia kind of been there, but not being very, very impressive. Well, they got the win there, and that moves them up into 7th place.
Crucial for St Lucia to get to 7th, that is.
Yep, now we move on to fixture number 7, and, well, Montserrat are below the dud.
Wow, on goals conceded, look at that.
Yet to score a goal, yet to score a point. While, if you look at the top, Barbados, yet to concede a goal, yet to drop a point.
Very impressive from Barbados. It's what's bad, even when Bahamas lose this next game against Grenada, Montserrat will still be below them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Montserrat are they are legends of the Global Trophy. They were always a team that were chosen in the early years, when the FIFA rankings were not a factor in the Global Trophy, like back in like the mid to late 2000s. Essentially as what's the term? Oh yeah, fodder. I believe the term would be. They'd be joined alongside teams like Swaziland and Laos and Macau, just to get some big scores in. So, well, they're here, but
yeah, it's not looking good for them, is it?
It's not looking good. Barbados, top of the league, versus Dominican Republic, who are currently 3rd, still yet to lose Dominican Republic so far.
Yep, 2 undefeated teams so far.
They're both still undefeated. Barbados finally dropped points, but still haven't let a goal yet.
They haven't conceded any goals in 7 games. That's very impressive from Barbados.
St Kitts and Nevis could jump them with a win.
Well, if they do win on goal difference, because look, they've got 17 goals for.
Yep, it's Bermuda now versus Dominica. Dominica currently in 6th place, Bermuda in 10th. That's another draw. The draws are starting to come in now.
Doesn't really help Bermuda that much, does it? After that great start where they got 6 points out of 6, it's just kind of gone a bit downhill.
Yeah, just a bit. Haven't been able to wins in 5. Cuba now versus the Cayman Islands. Cuba in 11th place, still in with a shout.
Cayman Islands just a bit below that.
The draws are coming in thick and fast now.
Yeah, it's not helping them, is it, really?
Yep, St. Kittson Nevis versus a 9th place Guyana. The leaky defence. A win for St. Kittson Nevis will put them top.
St. Kittson Nevis have scored the most goals in the league.
And they've just scored 2 more. St. Kittson Nevis take the lead.
Goodness me, they go top as well.
Yep, Suriname now in 5th place versus... Oh, God.
Poor old Montserrat down at the bottom.
4-0 Suriname. They move up to 3rd.
Good result for Suriname. Montserrat's bad afternoon continues, really.
Yep, Nicaragua now versus Puerto Rico. Nicaragua, again, still in with a shout if they can get a win here.
They're not out of it, are they, Nicaragua?
It's a draw. That doesn't help them or Cuba in that sense, especially with Nicaragua's goal difference at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just not good enough for Nicaragua if they really want to get into that kind of top 8 area. Yep. It could be as far as 5 behind after this.
Yeah, exactly. St. Lucia and St. Vincent next up. St. Lucia with a that was a win that was needed for St. Lucia.
Yeah, it lifts them 4 points clear of 9th place, and it lifts them above Grenada as well.
Yep, into that 7th spot. Guyana next up. They're going to get some points here against the Bahamas.
Yeah, fixture 8.
Yep, that top 8's looking pretty good.
It is looking... I don't know what order the top 8 will finish in, but I think that's your likely top 8.
Yeah. It could be the case that one maybe gets rumbled and starts losing points, and one of the lower teams has a bit of a fight back, as we've seen before in these preliminaries.
Yep.
But then it could be the case that just doesn't happen. Oh, no.
Oh, poor Montserrat. They've got Barbados next.
Not as bad as I initially thought.
Not me, but it does mean that Barbados are still yet to concede and Montserrat are still yet to score. After 8 games.
Yep. No goals for, 30 goals against, a minus 30 goal difference. They are still below the dud.
Chris, how many goals against?
30. That's what it is.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yes. Old joke is old!
Bermuda.
Just put a nail in the bleeding lid and have done with it.
For God's sake. Bermuda versus Puerto Rico next up.
Right, Bermuda versus Puerto Rico, yes. Puerto Rico! Big
massive
win there
result for
them.
Puerto Rico. It's a massive result for them, but it's also a massive result in terms of the championship for Bermuda because they are now 4 behind 8th place with nothing to ask for it.
Yep, Cayman Islands now versus St. Lucia. St. Lucia recently got a big win. Can they get another one? Not this time! Cayman Islands!
A massive win for the Cayman Islands.
Yeah, Cuba, can they do the same thing? St. Vincent currently 5th place. Nope, St. Vincent bucks that trend and moves up into 3rd for the time being.
Good stuff for St. Vincent, moving clear of that danger zone. Dominica versus Nicaragua. Next up, Nicaragua towards the bottom of the table.
Yep, Dominica currently in 6th place. 3-0 win for Dominica. They move above Dominican Republic for the time being.
Got an easy game with Dominican Republic. They play Suriname, who are in 4th.
Yep, a win for Dominican Republic jumps them up into 3rd.
It does indeed.
Suriname gets the win, though. Dominica stay above them. Suriname up into 3rd.
Good result for Suriname. They're not doing bad in terms of goal difference either. Look at that. They're only 4 behind St. Kitts for now. Obviously, St. Kitts yet to play, and they play Grenada.
Yep, Grenada currently in 8th place. A win for Grenada would be important, because that would, depending on how many goals are scored, it could put them as high as 6th place, but more than likely at least above St. Lucia. Even a draw would do that.
It would.
It's a win for Grenada! St. Kitts and Nevis lose their first match.
They do indeed, and so the last team with an unbeaten record in this league is Barbados with a fantastic run.
And Barbados retake the lead.
They do indeed.
Right, we're going to the second. We're over halfway through. Montserrat finally getting some points on the board, but they don't matter really. Let's be honest.
The worst thing is as well. This is the team between bottom and second bottom, and the dud team is second bottom.
Yeah. You know your team's bad when a team that is programmed to lose 3-0 every single match, and you're below them?
And you're below, yeah, you're having a worse time.
Yeah, you're having a worse time than they are. Haha, you suck! Pretty much, that's pretty much what it is. But Montserrat, they won't have that problem anymore. 3 duddy points on the board for them.
Absolutely. Guyana, though, they need a win here to keep in touch with that group. They have the unbeaten, unconceding Barbados.
Still are unbeaten. Still have not conceded. 4-0.
A 4-0 win. Wowee. They move on to 25 points, Barbados, looking pretty good.
Yep, Bermuda now versus St. Lucia. St. Lucia in 8th place. Bermuda 11th.
A win for Bermuda. It keeps them in contact, but still behind Guyana.
St. Lucia get the win. Much needed.
Crucial win. Crucial win.
Puerto Rico versus the Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands have got more of a chance to actually do something here, but they are currently 7 behind the top 8.
Yeah, they need a win, don't they? Desperately.
They do. It was a close match.
3-2 to Cayman Islands. It doesn't lift them any higher in the table, but it does lift them closer on points to Guyana.
Yep. Nicaragua, Cuba next up again. Similar thing with Cuba.
Cuba need a result, otherwise it's pretty much rote, isn't it, really,
yeah,
for them?
It could be curtains for them very soon. It's a draw between the two. It puts them above Bermuda, but that's about it.
Doesn't really help them, does it? They remain 7 behind Grenada, who have a game in hand.
Yep, St. Vincent and the Grenadines now versus Dominica. 2 teams sitting mostly all right in that top 8.
Yep, 4th versus 5th.
Dominica jumps St. Vincent into 4th place.
Good stuff for St. Vincent. And next, another same versus the other Dominica. It's St. Kitts and Dominican Republic.
Well, Dominican Republic not looking so good now. St. Kittson Nevis back on winning ways.
A win for Grenada here in the one of the last fixtures of the 9th fixture sees Grenada potentially with a chance to go up to 5th.
Yep, Suriname looking to keep the pressure on St. Kittson Nevis, and I guess in turn Barbados as well.
Yep.
It's a 2-1 win for Suriname.
Yep, they keep the pressure on. Grenada remain 8th for now. Level on points with inferior goal difference to Dominican Republic.
Yeah. So Puerto Rico going to get some points here. Puerto Rico on 7. This will put them up to 10. So still 5 off.
Yeah,
8th place.
It's not looking good for Puerto Rico, is it? But they're in with a chance. They just need results to go their way.
I'd say everyone bar Montserrat is in with a chance, I'd say, at the moment.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's despite the fact that the first couple of fixtures, kind of spread the group out quite a lot, they've all kind of closed in together now.
Yeah, just a bit. I think it's a lot of the top 8 teams lost some matches that they certainly should have at least drawn. And that's kind of sort of got this back together as being essentially something that maybe anyone can win. I mean, look. 8, 8, 8, 10, 11, 12, 15. It's six
close.
games to go for some and 5 games to go for others. It's still close. It's still possible.
It is still possible, absolutely. It's possible for both of these teams to qualify, I think. So Barbados yet to drop a goal. St. Lucia in 6th place, doing okay.
Yep,
but not amazingly.
Had a bit of a rocky loss a couple of fixtures ago, but have fought back and handed Barbados their first concede, but Barbados get the win.
Barbados will be fuming about that, won't they?
Yeah,
their first goal.
Their near perfect run is now much less than perfect, but they are still top.
They are indeed.
Bermuda, Guyana next up.
2 teams Bermuda quite low down. I think they're on 8 points, but Guyana in that 9th place. A win for Guyana, a heavy win for Guyana, and it lifts them right into contention here.
Bermuda with the win, 3-0. That's not good for Guyana at all.
That is not good for Guyana. They could be caught out very easily here.
Yep, Cayman Islands now versus Montserrat.
A win for Cayman Islands lifts them right back into it.
Let's
They'll
be
be 1
honest,
point
they're going
behind. Well, Montserrat scored.
Didn't get a
Their
point,
first
but
goal.
yeah, fair enough. They actually got a legitimate goal. Fair play, Montserrat.
They did, but no legitimate points. Cayman Islands moving up to 9th place, one behind Dominican Republic and Grenada, but they both have a game in hand.
Yep, Cuba, Suriname next. Suriname third, looking to chase down Barbados and St. Kittson Nevis here. Cuba, not looking so good, but still in with a chance that they can pull an upset.
A win for Cuba will lift them into that kind of area with Guyana and Bermuda.
Cuba do win!
Got it! They've got it, look at that. So they move up into 11th, only 4 behind Grenada and Dominican Republic.
Yep, Dominica now versus St. Kittson Nevis. It's 2nd versus 4th.
2 big teams in this group so far.
2 teams that I'd say they're starting to... I mean, a loss for Dominican here could put them right back in that sort of scrap for 7th and 6th. St. Kittson Nevis with the win, still chasing down Barbados. They've now started to lose Suriname.
They are indeed. They've moved 3 points clear of Suriname. St. Vincent versus Dominican Republic. This is a big 6-pointer here. You say the winner of this is looking a lot more secure in that top 8.
Yep, certainly. It's St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They move up to 4th.
Dominican Republic moved down below Grenada on goal difference.
If Grenada could get a win here, it would move them up above St. Lucia and 3 above 8th place.
Crucial match for Grenada, this.
Yep, against Nicaragua. It's 3-0. Grenada moved to 6th.
Huge win, only momentarily for the 10th fixture, though. The first game of the 11th fixture is St. Lucia versus the Bahamas.
Yep, we're now going to the third, or as the Irish say, the turd of the American preliminaries here. 5 matches to go.
The referee was accident.
Of course he was. Turned from a combat robot into into a referee.
Good times. Good times.
Good to know.
Yep.
Right. So with that, St. Lucia move up to 6th for the time being. Puerto Rico, very low on the table versus Barbados, but I'd say they're still in with a chance. Not much of one.
A win here gives them a chance, but other than that, I think pretty much out of it.
Well, it's Barbados, let's be honest.
A 1-0 win, that's all they needed, and I think that if Dominican Republic do not win their next match, Barbados qualify, I believe.
No, Barbados are already through, I think. Oh, no. Yeah, Barbados are already through.
Yes, with that win, they've qualified.
Yep, Barbados have already qualified. So there you go. Barbados, first team to qualify here. Bermuda versus Montserrat. Bermuda currently in 12th. Montserrat, well, they're not 16th anymore, but, you know, it's not looking very good.
They're 15th.
They're still 15th.
That is actually huge for Bermuda because, look, they've now moved to within a point of Dominican Republic with superior goal difference.
Yeah, Bermuda could have a shot here. You know.
They're not out of it, are they?
Yep. Guyana now versus the Cayman Islands. So close between the two.
A win for either of these could lift them into that scrap once again.
Yep. Cayman Islands with the win. They go 8th at the moment.
They've leapfrogged Dominican Republic and they've knocked them out of that top 8.
Yep, St. Kittson Nevis now looking to keep chasing Barbados. They've got Cuba, who currently lying 12th.
Again, Cuba need to win, really, don't they? If they want any chance of keeping up.
Nope, St. Kittson Nevis with the win.
At least some 6 points off of 8th place Cuba and 7 off of 7th place as well.
Yep, Dominica Suriname now. 2 teams that are looking pretty alright. Suriname looking better.
Dominican are only 2 points off of 8th now.
Yep. Oh, they get the win, though!
Until then, they've leapfrogged St. Vincent into 4th place.
Yep, Dominican Republic need a win here to get back into that top 8. They play Nicaragua. They do. Cayman Islands back into 9th.
So close. Look at that. There's 2 points separating 5th to 9th.
Yep, St. Vincent, Grenada next. St. Vincent need a win here to try and pull away. Grenada need a win to try and pull away as well.
Yeah, it's the same for both teams here.
2-0 St. Vincent. St. Vincent moved to third. Grenada in big trouble now.
Yep, they're 1 goal ahead of 8th place.
Yep, and St. Vincent just going to double that with a win over the Bahamas now. St. Vincent looking pretty safe, I'd say.
Yeah, it's starting to come together for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's not over yet, of course. You know, there's still a long way to go. There's 3 fixtures after this one. But it's starting to look a little bit more comfortable. They've got a 6-point cushion, St. Vincent.
Yep, St. Vincent playing the dud team pretty much probably at the most opportune time for them. They're looking a hell of a lot better than they were before, and they're looking pretty safe.
Yeah, they're 7 points clear of 8, so barring a complete disaster for St. Vincent, you'd say they're pretty much through. And I think at this point as well, I think St. Kitts are also pretty much through as well.
Well, if they win their in-game match, or in-hand match, then yes, they'll definitely be through.
Yep.
Barbados, Nicaragua. Barbados already through already, so they're fine.
Can they go and beat them?
Oh!
Yes.
They
6-0.
still dominate, though. 6-0. Bermuda Suriname next.
Suriname are safe at the moment, but a win for Bermuda pulls them back into that fight, you have to say, doesn't it?
Yep, and Suriname have been prone to a couple of shocks already here. Not this time, though. Big win for Suriname.
That was crucial, wasn't it? That was absolutely crucial for Suriname. They lift themselves still into 4th place, but looking a lot more comfortable now.
Yep, St. Kittson Nevis now. A win against the Cayman Islands puts them through for definite. Cayman Islands need a win.
Yep, to keep the pressure on everyone else.
4-0 St. Kittson Nevis. They have qualified.
Congratulations to St. Kitts and Nevis. Cayman Islands, a big opportunity missed there. Next up is Guyana and Cuba. A loss here for either team, and it's pretty much curtains.
Cuba with the win. They keep going for the time being.
They do indeed. Cuba still in with a chance. 4 points off of that magical 8th and 7th spot.
Dominica, 5th place so far, looking for a big win to put them level with Suriname. They've got Montserrat.
And St. Vincent as well.
Yep. 4-0 win. Dominica move 7 ahead of 8th for the moment.
They do indeed. Puerto Rico play Dominican Republic, the team in 8th place.
Dominican Republic do get the win and push Grenada down into 8th place, who have St. Lucia next. This is a big match.
This is a crunch match for both teams.
It's a draw between the two. That doesn't help Dominican Republic at all either, really.
It is a massive result for Dominican Republic. They remain in 6th place. St. Lucia 1 point behind them. Grenada 1 point behind them. And the Cayman Islands still within range, you have to say.
Yep, Nicaragua currently in 14th. They're pretty much out of it at this point. Actually, they are out of it.
Yep, as are Puerto Rico.
Yep, so they're out of it. Puerto Rico are out of it. Everyone else still with a chance at the moment. So top 12, but it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's a stretch for them, isn't it? It requires snookers, doesn't it, for Guyana?
Yeah.
After such a good start as well.
Yeah, but that is just that leaky defence.
Hang on, Nicaragua's got the Illuminati symbol on their flag. What the hell?
There you go. You thought that'd be Bermuda, but no.
Yeah, you would have thought so, wouldn't you? Or maybe Cuba. I don't know.
No, Cuba would just have like a big Castella, you know.
Yeah.
On it. That's what it'd be. With Demendez as the man of the match on that one. Nicaragua win. Doesn't really matter. They're already out. St. Vincent Barbados battled between 1st and 3rd.
Here we go.
Yep. St. Vincent beat Barbados.
Barbados dropped their first loss of the entire league, and St. Kitts, with a win against Bermuda, can take the lead.
Yep, St. Kitts and Nevis could go to the lead on goal difference with a win here. Bermuda beat them!
Unbelievable scenes. So Bermuda keep themselves within range of that top 8 as well.
Yep, Cayman Islands, Suriname now.
Cayman Islands need to win this.
Nope, Suriname with the win. That's not looking good for Cayman Islands at all.
No, it's not. They are now still 2 behind, so there's still a chance, but it's looking ropey for the Cayman Islands now.
Yep, Cuba still in with a chance after beating Guyana. They now have our secondary dug team, you could say.
I suppose so, with Montserrat.
3-0 win. Cuba's right back in it now.
Cuba's in 9th. Look at that. And the superior goal difference to Bermuda lifts them above it as well.
Yep. Guyana, currently 12th. Pretty much out of it. They need to win this or they are out of it. They've got Dominica, who currently lie in 5th.
A win for Dominica, I think, guarantees them qualification.
Guyana get the win! What is going on?
It's all kicking off now. Look at this.
Guyana, hang on! Dominican Republic now versus St. Lucia. Another big crunch match here. It's 6th versus 7th here. The loser could be in the running to drop to that 8th place spot, depending on how Grenada does.
Crucial.
Oh, Dominican Republic get the win!
That lifts them 5 clear of Grenada, who do have a game in hand.
Yep, and that's against Puerto Rico. St. Lucia could drop here to 7th. Or to 8th.
Drop to 8th. Yep.
A draw! St. Lucia do drop, but it's so close between 7th and 8th now.
Yep, and of course, Cuba, Bermuda, and the Cayman Islands are still just 3 points behind 7th place.
Yep, thanks to that draw, the draw and loss combination, all 3 of those teams are now right back in it.
It's so close. It is so close.
It is really close. Suriname going to be able to get some 3 points here, so I think that puts them safe.
I think it's anyone above Dominican Republic is already safe. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're not wrong. It just gives them a little bit extra. I think it's a 3rd. I think possibly.
Possible 3rd or 4th? 3rd. There you go. Yeah. So Suriname are safe. St. Vincent and the Grenadines are safe.
The top 2 play each other though now. Look at this.
Yep, Dominica, very close. St. Kittson Nevis versus Barbados. The 2 top teams here. Barbados back to winning ways, and they have won.
They have won the league.
The preliminaries here. So fair play to Barbados, St. Kittson Nevis, and Suriname and St. Vincent will be battling out for a 2nd, 3rd, and 4th respectively.
Yep, St. Vincent need to win to keep in touch with St. Kitts and Suriname, but Bermuda need to win to have any chance of qualification, really.
Bermuda get the win!
And they've done it! They've done it! They're into 7th place, Bermuda!
Yep, Nicaragua, Cayman Islands. Can Cayman Islands replicate that? They can!
Yes!
What is going on here? Can Cuba replicate it? No, not so much Cuba.
They're still in with a chance, but it requires games and results to go their way.
Yep, St. Lucia down to 9th now. Dominica, not safe, but a draw here puts them through. At least.
St. Lucia need a win, really, don't they?
Yeah. Dominica with the win. Dominica are through.
It pushes St. Lucia down to 10th place on goal difference.
Yep. Guyana versus the Dominican Republic. Again, a win for Dominican Republic puts them through. Actually, no, they're already through. They are already through.
They're already through, yes.
Guyana get the win. Guyana's in as well.
Goodness me, Guyana with an outside chance here of keeping in with it. Grenada are going to get 3 points, we think, against Montserrat, unless Montserrat pull out an absolute madness here.
Well, you never know how this bleeding fixture's gone. No, Grenada do get the win. This puts Grenada in a really good position right now.
They have better goal difference than Bermuda, Cayman Islands, and St. Lucia. So they cannot finish. Well, they can finish 10th if results go their way. But
yeah, so Cuba and Guyana can have to settle for being a dud team. But they need probably all the results to go their way in the final fixture.
This is going to be an absolutely mad last fixture, isn't it?
Yeah, so we have 1 spot left open. Dominican Republic have qualified. We have 1 spot left open for, 2 spots left open. One's a dud spot.
It's looking very good for Grenada, though.
Yeah, that win for Grenada, crucial. Puts them 3 points ahead of 8th. And really, unless they lose, if they draw, they've qualified.
Yeah, exactly. This is so close between them, though.
Barbados, Suriname, a match that really doesn't matter. I mean, if Suriname can win by 9, then they will overtake Sir Kittson Nevis. They win, though, but they only win by 1.
Well, it's all just kicked off here. So, here is the first of the crucial matches. Bermuda must win and win heavily to have, realistically, any chance of finishing 7th.
Yep, Nicaragua, their opponents here. 5-1 Bermuda!
That is massive. What a massive result for Bermuda. That lifts them a better goal difference than Grenada. So if Grenada now lose, they will stay 8th.
Yep, a draw
At
still
best.
puts Grenada through, though.
It does indeed.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines take on Cayman Islands, who currently lie 9th. Again, Cayman Islands need a big win. Need a bigger win now than Bermuda. They need to win by 6.
To finish 7th, at least, yes.
Not happening. Cayman Islands are out.
They are indeed. Cuba can no longer finish in 8th place, but they can ruin the day for St. Lucia.
Yep, St. Lucia again. They need to win by 7 to go above Bermuda. A draw. St. Lucia are gone.
So that's it. There is our top 8.
But can Grenada go above Bermuda? We'll find out later. Dominica versus Puerto Rico next. Dominica already through. And actually finishing above their Republic counterparts.
They can, and they can jump St. Vincent with a huge win.
Yep.
But unlikely.
2-0 solidifies them as 5th place.
That's not bad at all. Our Dominican Republic
Yeah.
have Montserrat.
3-0 Montserrat didn't. They were shit.
They've only scored one legitimate goal.
Right. This is where it goes down to Bermuda. They need for Grenada to lose to the leakiest defense in the top 12.
Can Guyana do it?
No, Grenada
No.
jump Bermuda.
Brilliant stuff for Grenada. They lift themselves into 7th place and secure themselves a competitive spot in the Americas section of the Global Trophy.
Yep, Bermuda going to have to settle with being the dud team here. It's going to get them some points in the Global Trophy rankings, but not as much as it could have done if they had actually been a competitive team. So let's roll down the list. So obviously, dud team 16th. 15th place, it's Montserrat. Good.
Less said about that, the better, really.
Goodness
I think.
me.
Didn't go to plan, did it, really, for
No.
Montserrat?
Not at all.
14th place is Nicaragua.
They had a good middle.
They did. They did okay for a little bit, but it all started to go apart, and they conceded a lot of goals.
Yep.
When you look at it, they conceded. Yeah, only Montserrat conceded more. So, yeah.
Yep, not good, really, for Nicaragua. 13th place, much better goal difference, but still not good enough. Puerto Rico.
Yeah, 3 wins, 3 draws, 9 defeats, 11 goals for, 19 against. Not terrible, but not great.
Then we go to the top 12. Within 12th place, Guyana, the leaky defence, with 18 points.
It's all or nothing with Guyana. 6 wins and 9 defeats. Only 5 points off of qualification in the end, but just wasn't good enough for Guyana. They started so well, but just fell away towards the end.
They did a Belarus.
They did, yes.
11th place with 19, Cuba. A spirited comeback, I'd say.
I would say so. They've really tried their best, and they did prevent St. Lucia from having any chance of qualification. But too many mistakes early on, and Cuba just they fell off the pace too quickly. And despite a good comeback, didn't quite happen for them.
Yep. Again, another team with a pretty decent comeback, I'd say. Cayman Islands finishing in 10th.
10th with 20 points, 6 wins, 2 draws, 7 defeats. Only -1 goal difference, but again, just left it too late, didn't they, Cayman Islands?
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, those last 2 fixtures were incredibly close. 9th place, missing out this time round of the American Qualifiers is St. Lucia.
didn't quite happen for them. They were in that top 8 for so long, and it all came crashing down towards the end. They didn't even finish in 8th place in the end.
Yep, the team that did finish in 8th place was Bermuda, with 23 points.
Again, they left it a bit too late, didn't they? I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, I said, I think they did, they did okay at the start. Not amazing, but they did okay, but they certainly fought right back at the end. But, just, in the end, it just wasn't enough to get into that top 7. But we will be seeing them, in a month's time, but they'll be our dud.
They will indeed. A team that won't be our dud is the 7th place team, Grenada.
Yep, only needed a draw in the last fixture. Against the leakiest defence in the top 12, and they went on to get the win 2-1, which put them 3 points above the dud place, just a point behind 6th place. So, good run altogether from Grenada.
Yep, it really was indeed a good run in the end for a team that looked like they might finish outside the top 8 at one point, but they fought back. It's 6th place for the Dominican Republic.
Yes, 27 points. At the start, I thought they'd actually finish above Dominica. They had a really good start, a very, very shaky middle, but a very strong end as well, and that was enough for them to finish, I'd say, comfortably.
Yeah, indeed. Not quite as comfortably as their neighbours in Dominica.
Yep, 31 points.
Yes, a solid effort. Only 6 points off the leaders in the end.
Yep, tied with St. Vincent for 4th, only with a goal difference being the change there. Dominica, a solid performance here. Very solid performance.
Yeah, indeed. As well as St. Vincent and the Grenadines, also finishing on 31, finishing above on goal difference. Scoring lots of goals, conceding a few too many as well.
Yep, with the joint most goals scored in this preliminary, with 33 in 15 games.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, 3rd place, we have Suriname with 34. Always a team that was always up there or thereabouts.
They did very well, didn't they, Suriname? They fought quite hard to get into that top 3 in the end. They could have finished higher, really. I think they lost their last game, so they could have finished 2nd overall, but they never quite managed it.
Yep, a team that did finish 2nd was my boys, Kittson Nevis. Joint 2nd
Kittson
place.
Nevis finishing 2nd on 34 points, 33 goals for, 7 against. Good effort from them.
And obviously that 9-0 victory against Montserrat certainly helped with the goals for St. Kittson Nevis.
Did, yep.
And last but not least, the team that, apart from one sort of section in the middle of this preliminary league, really wasn't challenged much.
It's Barbados.
Yep, 37 points. They did drop 8 points, pretty much. But still, I'd say a very confident performance from the preliminary league champions.
Yeah, they weren't really challenged, were they? Obviously, they lost a couple of games, but by that point, they'd already won so many. They didn't concede a goal until fixture 11, I don't think, or 10.
Yeah.
So, very impressive from Barbados to go on and win fairly comfortably in the end.
Yep, 3 points ahead. So with that, Barbados are the winners of the league. And they, I guess, will probably be the favourite to go the furthest out of all these preliminary league teams in the Global Trophy American Qualifiers. With that, folks, that will be in 4 weeks' time. Obviously, next week, the preliminaries are over. The qualifiers are next.
Yep, absolutely. It's Europe next week. I can't wait to see how that pans out. We obviously have the defending champions, the Netherlands, back.
Yeah, we also have, obviously, the only team to have successfully won back-to-back Global Trophy Championships, Portugal. We have the team with the most Global Trophy victories, or the most Global Trophy Championships of all time, France.
Yeah, and of course, don't forget Spain, who have, a bit of a hit-and-miss team, but they have won every 5 years.
Yeah, 2006.
And they are due to win this year.
2006, 2011, and 2016. So, if that goes this way, this year should be their year as well. So that's something, of course, always the bridesmaid, never the brides, Italy as well.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting. I can't wait to see it.
And a couple of other teams we might as well mention. High risers last year round, Scotland. They've already made it due to finishing in the top 6 last time round. on the top 8
of
of the preliminaries of the qualifiers last time around. And of course, everyone's favourite screw-ups. England are also in it as well.
What's the win now?
Oh, don't, please. I really want them to. They haven't been to a final in about over a decade at this point.
But it's their year.
We thought that, like, a couple of years ago, and then Croatia came along and went, nope. Anyway, folks, with that being said, we'll see you next week. It will be the European qualifiers. We will have by the end of next week, we will have our first 8 Global Trophy finalists for the 2021 tournament. Can't wait for it. I can't wait to see who's going to knock England out.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see who it is.
So, I've been Masterath.
I've been Sam Elliott 64.
And we'll see you next week for the European qualifiers for the Global Trophy. We'll see you then.
Bye.